Skirt. I got 2 away from 13 orphans last night, but I very rarely go for them. Still on this section? You must be new here. So we read, I posted on Twitter, I read a comment. I have no idea how true it is, but I've been told if you do not run, if you do not move at all when the storm is going, the horses have a lower chance to spawn and find you. Now, most people said it doesn't always work, but it does seem to help. So I am going to give it a try. Now, will it take a while? Yes. It will take a while. Exactly. What do we have to lose? Precisely true. What do we have to lose? We spent 2.5 hours here last time. We might as well, like, try to take it slow once or twice. Three hours here this week? I don't think about stuff like that. I think that's how people get mired in a lifetime of mediocrity. They go, oh, I could learn this skill, but the skill's gonna take a while. Could take me years. I could lose weight, but it's gonna take a while. Could take months. I don't think about the long term of that. Here's what I do. You know, we're taking it one day at a time. We're gonna run as fast as we can. And no matter what, it's gonna be 3 hours from here eventually. All we get to choose is whether we're 3 hours from here and we've beaten this boss, or we're 3 hours from here and we haven't. You just take your time. We have not seen a horse yet. But this is not quite... This is usually where it spawns, right around there. So I think we want to stay a little bit more to the right here. And then... Stop. Could have made a little bit more progress, but that's okay. Is there a bonfire after this section? No. No, there is not. Everybody hates this. So, you know, the thing is, you can't really be, like, in solidarity by being like, we're gonna find a way to cheat the system. All you can really do is accept that it's gonna suck and make it through it, you know? It's like not being able to eat for like 36 hours before a surgery. You don't try to cheat the system and be like, well, I'm looking at pictures of food. You know? You just suffer and accept that that's how it's gonna be. Moreover, am I gonna play marbles in between each death? Absolutely not. This is one of those times where it's like, okay, we got a horse. That's all right. We can take out one horse. We have to beat this. The longer we take to beat it, the longer we're on Dark Souls 2. It's actually, like, analytically, it's totally fucking my Thursdays to be so stubborn and actually completing this. I could amp up the viewer count by like 1,000 in 2 minutes by just doing something else. But I refuse to give people the satisfaction of enabling them to quit things in their own life that they find unpleasant. We're gonna have our perseverance, and we're gonna inspire you, whether you like it or not. Alright, so if we want bonfire ascetics, or, excuse me, if we want human effigies, it's inside of this building, right? There's skeletons. Yes, I know, use a bonfire ascetic. I'm just making sure that this is the right place to use it. It's a big book. Harry Potter? Pharos' Lockstone. It's in the skeleton, plus a chest that actually has a bonfire aesthetic. Oh, so this is like an endless font of humanity? What the heck?
Oh, you've made it, of course.
I forgot about you. The heck? This is your map? This is Westeros, dude. I remember this guy from May. I mean, you're not joking. Like, we've been playing this for too fucking long. It's stupid. The heck is a soul vessel? When did it start again? Oh, it lets you respec. I mean, we started playing this after we finished Dark Souls 3, which I'm pretty sure was in May. What the heck? Oh, it's the pigs. That's right. 4 years ago. I'm telling you, it's screwing up my whole Thursday, dude. My whole workflow is out of control. Titanite shard and a torch. That was back when we were like, we can beat anything. It was on May 22nd that the first YouTube video of Dark Souls 2 went up. Oh my god. It's like a quarter of the year, dude. I mean, not yet, but by the time we finish it, it probably will be. What is done cannot be undone. Closing in on 3 months. How long did The Witcher take? Like, you know, but like The Witcher's good. I said it. Like, even though there were times during The Witcher that I was like a little bored, and I was like, you know, I wish I hadn't done this quest because it's gonna take a long time, and the payoff is just like some lady going me pan. I still had a good time. There have been times in Dark Souls 2 where I've been like, this part's a little fun. There's also an awful lot of times where I'm like, this is stupid. Excuse me. Oh, because it's, yeah, alright, fair enough. You get it, though. I am playing Grounded, by the way. Or, like, a Grounded video's going up tomorrow. I think that would be a very fun Monday or Wednesday NLSS segment. It's kind of like a lighthearted version of The Forest. Seems pretty good so far. Is there, like, wait, what's going on? Is it still just the pigs? Just the little piggies making some noise? There is a faster way to get human effigies. In the Forest of the Fallen Giants. I was just gonna check the shop first to see if... It doesn't give you a resupply in the shop? I guess that's fair. I only need to get to the infinite humanity thing. But the thing that's annoying for me is that the infinite humanity thing requires going back to the Shrine of Amanda, which is like... I'm displeased. Also, you need human effigies for Dark Lurker. It's just to the left here. Okay, okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look then. I just don't want to go back to the Shrine of Amanda, dude. Oh my god. Let me out. Sip it up, boys. Mimics are strong in this game, too. Or they do a lot of damage, at least. Not too tanky. Effigies? One rusted coin. Incredible. Hey, chat, did he pass the horses? Well, I've been live for 11 minutes. Yep, you just missed it. 10-minute and 45-second run to the boss and a 15-second boss kill. It was so pogged. There's effigies just under the bridge. Yo. If this is a second mimic, I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude. One human effigy. Still good. You gotta make a jump there. That's my bad. I didn't realize that we were standing on a platform next to the Marianas Trench. My mistake. Alright, now we will travel to the Shrine of Amanda. It's close to the second bonfire, apparently. Do you know what knitting is? I only know that it is something that happens in League of Legends that is bad manners. Is that correct? You mean inting? I mean, they wrote I knitting. It's where you fought the Dragon Rider. It means, does that mean intentionally feeding? Okay. Other way? I mean, this is the second bonfire. Unless by second bonfire, you don't mean the bonfire that's second, you mean the one that's third. Which I'm willing to give you a pass on. Is it in Roy's? It's this bonfire? Okay, alright. This is the right one. Okay, okay. Go normal path from this bonfire, and then to the left. I'm just gonna wait until somebody says you've gone too far. Fine, I'll say it. Who made this? Like, just why? What were they thinking? How's a little kid supposed to beat this? So I have been told that here we go left. Ah, I see, I see. No. Tomo, grant me some strength, please. Alright, so when you get it, oh, you break through that. Okay, okay, we know what's coming next. Don't even start with me, Dark Souls stands. I would respect Dark Souls 2 stands a lot more if they acknowledged that this area and Horse Frick Valley were objectively bad. instead of offering things in their defense constantly. Well, it's meant to be a co-op area. Shrine isn't that bad post-nerf. Stop lying! You can lie to yourself, you can lie to your friends on Reset Era. You can't lie to me. I'm living it right now. Even someone in my Discord, you're probably watching right now. Is this where I got lost the plot, brother? They said, it's crazy how when people talk about Dark Souls 2, I always hear that it's either the worst Souls or the best Souls. Why does it inspire this? And I'm like, I'll tell you why it inspires it. Because it's the worst Souls. There's only 5 games in the franchise, and this one is the worst. We're so close. We need to be human when we get there too, right? Is that correct? Do we need to be human when we get there? Yes, thank you, thank you. Stop typing lol because I've amused you and start giving me the keys to the kingdom. Okay, send it. It's probably worth killing a couple of casters, I agree. Oh, I was even running away from the souls instinctively. I'm like, it's... Even if you like Dark Souls 2, I don't know. Here's the thing. It takes different strokes to move the world, right? But I'm like, what Souls game do you put it over? It seems like the most common one is 3. People go like, at least 2 has a soul, whereas 3 is just kind of like a greatest hits tour. I completely disagree. I think 3 mechanically is so good. Honestly, I actually agree with you 100%. I think the one I would most accept as the patrician's opinion is if you were like, oh, it's better than Dark Souls 1. I couldn't disagree more. That's completely my fault. I couldn't disagree more. However, I do think that it's the closest case to defensibility is it being better than 1. Don't even bother clipping it. Nobody watches the clips, okay? Don't waste your time. Have we gotten past the horses? No. This is the first step on making it more palatable to get past the horses. So the next time we die 30 times and all of our maximum HP is reduced, we'll at least have the capabilities of getting our humanity back. What if people value mechanics less than everything else? I got a medium for you. It's called printed media. Books, magazines, fan fiction, manga, children's storybooks. Go. Where's that one shooting me from? Oh, he's behind the pillar. Sneaky little guy. The gameplay in 3 is worse because it's repetitive. Wrong. I diagnose your opinion as wrong. I'm not trying to be rude. I just think that it makes no sense. What do you mean repetitive? You want to talk about repetitive? What about fighting a boss that's 90 skeletons? It broke new ground. I think if you like lore, atmosphere, and tone, Sekiro and Bloodborne both beat Dark Souls 2. Is this it? The Soul of the King? No. Okay, that's fine. Is this it? This is a mimic. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, dude. The King's Crown. Now you go back and talk to Vendrick in the dream. Okay. Alright. I don't even have a snide comment for that. It's not necessary. I'm going to pick and choose my snide comments. Now we've done this a lot. We go to the catacombs, the undead crypt. That sticky, icky crypt. Sekiro is the mechanically most superior From Software game. You know what? It's Hot Take Thursday, inspired by Dan Giesling. I would actually agree. Like, the parry window in Sekiro is very satisfying. It's also very abusable, which makes it look kind of clumsy. But the combat in every Souls game looks pretty clumsy if you cherry pick some moments. There's always times where, like, you swing your sword, it touches an enemy but doesn't actually do damage, or vice versa. I did hear about the new content coming to Sekiro. It's like it's a pseudo boss rush mode, right? Also skins. Yo!
One day.
Yeah. Give me my humanity. Oh, the rare Dark Souls cutscene. Looks completely natural.
The rest will follow.
Sick. The ashen mist fades. So do we have to wear it? I would be completely fine with that. I'm willing to I am willing to sacrifice. I even, like, almost today thought about, does it matter which one we wear? I thought about maybe just for this section using a sword. But if we don't have to, we don't have to. We'll see. They have different abilities. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna guess that this crown is like some stupid magic stuff. This crown and this crown, oh baby. I mean, that's pretty sick. This crown wants to buy you flowers. That's what I said now. This one. It looks like Bart Simpson. Parry him or parry me. I ain't got nothing but my sister. See you again. Alright, we're back, boys. Just take me to the expulsion chamber, please. Sorry, honey, I can't come for breakfast. I'm emptying my expulsion chamber. But I can be the crown of humanity. Yo, there's something. I can be the crown that gives humanity. If you want to dodge two horses, that's what I said now. Dude, I don't know what to say. I've been hitting more notes lately. I haven't been hitting all the notes, but I've been hitting more notes lately. I think I'm finally learning how to sing. It's like the matriculation of my dad powers. I agree. I think it's listening to Steely Dan has made it better. Because they're such good singers. Who's the singer? Is it Donald or Walter? Oh, it's Dan. Good one. I'm asking a serious question for serious inquiries only. Walter, thank you. At first, when I stand Dirty Work by Steely Dan, so many people were like, I don't like that the other guy sings on this one. And I, dead ass, I was like, I didn't know that Steely Dan had two singers. But they do. You can tell the difference. Dirty Work is a little bit more like, it's clean. It's kind of like, you know, it's workmanlike. But then Deacon Blues is sauced up. It's like a Nashville hot chicken. And the roving cast of studio musicians. Absolutely true. They had Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald probably got paid like $500,000. Literally, all he does on the album Asia is go, Pig! Pig! Then, all before, in 3D, foreign movie. That's it. That's that. He got a $500,000 paycheck just for that. And you know what? Honestly, he deserved double. What the heck? What was that sound? Your crown restores spell usage? Oh, well, if you'll excuse me. Appear to have gotten the wrong top hat today. This one heals you? Oh, baby! Not today, Satan. Ooh, that one hurt. That one lowers your green? I don't believe you. Today's Satan. The white one heals you. The white one heals you. Okay. I mean, that actually seems pretty... That seems pretty good. Looks nice, too. Joe Exotic at the daddy-daughter dance. Skirt! Alright, so we got a new strat. The new strat is you run directly towards the sun until you hit a wall, and then you follow the wall. Or is it you run away from the sun and then I don't know. I thought I didn't have to roll if I circled there. It's always like red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailor's yearning. What about the thing with the horses you posted on your Twitter? It was a lie. It got 21 upvotes. I can't believe somebody would go on the internet and just lie. Skirt. Are you in the company of champions? Are you asking, am I a member of the Champions Club? We're not supposed to talk about that. Keep that on the down low. Go get Solaire's compass from the 4th DLC. If I could just dodge that attack, I honestly think my life would be so improved. Oh my god. Oh, John Wick. Maybe the inward roll. That's what we're looking for. No! I reacted so quickly. Chad, you're deliberately misinterpreting what I'm saying. You think it makes me look bad. It just makes you guys look like you spend too much time on the internet. It's true. I mean, now's you got a justification for it right now. You're not supposed to be outside. I did see big ups to Ohio taking COVID very seriously. They're announcing that last call officially has been moved up to 10 p.m. instead of 2 a.m. Big ups to Ohio for taking the pandemic seriously. I very much appreciate that. Everybody knows you can't get sick because viruses go to sleep. At around that time. Or no, wait, the opposite. Viruses only come to life after 10 p.m. So you should be pretty good. What do you... I hate that. Rush me. Rush me. I have no fear. It's not like having fear would have helped me. Can you do Agent York talking Steely Dan? It's hard though because Steely Dan is music. York's more of a movie guy. I feel like Francis York Morgan does not listen to music. I feel like he would very much enjoy a soundtrack for a movie that was done by them. He likes punk rock? I doubt it. So I got a new strat. I'll tell you, step one is totally fine. All you gotta do is make it into this building. That's easy money. He said he listens to the Ramones in Deadly Premonition 1. Look, I'm not gonna be that guy. The Ramones are punk, but they're not that punk, you know? They're like Treble Charger. They're like a little punky. They have the spirit of punk, being like, you know, just because you don't know how to play your instrument very well doesn't mean you can't be a musician. I respect that spirit of punk. But in terms of actually being emblematic of what people think of punk, I wouldn't put them there anymore. Hurry, 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 before I go, oh, 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 oh. Like, they're not even threatening any sitting governors. How could they be punk? I heard a whinny. I am Governor Jerry Brown. I always smile, I never frown. That's more what I'm talking about. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's still there. Wait a minute. Did we short circuit this? Did we skip one? No, we didn't skip one. I hear cloven feet. I hear cloven feet. The heck, dude? It's like driving the Zamboni at the Winter Classic. The fact that these guys don't drop effigies is, quite frankly, insulting. Has he ever gotten to the boss? No. We did get into this building once, though. Do you hear that? Oh my god, we baited a different attack. If we can just stay far enough ahead that they only do that. Ah! We're in, boys. The needle has been moved. Get some green. Spend your green. Oh no! No, not two! Where the heck am I going, dude? Is that it? That is it. Okay, okay. What happened to no running during the storm? It doesn't work, is what happened. The end. Why not fight them in the healing pool? Can we just get like a glossary of reasons that we're doing the things the way we're doing? Why don't you just fight them in the healing pool? Because the game routinely on like a tick function checks to see if there's horses around you, and if there's no horses around you, it has a chance to summon a horse, or it deliberately summons a horse. If you just exclusively try to kite them into the healing fountain, you just have to walk past the spawn point again, which triggers another spawn. They thought of all the ways you could have fun in this game and patched them out. Your good ideas have no weight in From Software between the years 2012 and 2014. They're not a solutions-focused organization. They're a problems-focused organization. Get ready. Get ready. Move the stick, move the stick, move the stick, move the stick. Okay. Keep that APM up. Keep the APM up. You know what? I honestly, hear me out here. I don't think we need to resort to resin and use a sword. However, I think we could dip our toes into the resin reservoir and use a shield on our right hand to block the almost unblockable antler attack and then punch them to death. That's the only one that really bothers me. Is the one, like, the antler attack is nigh impossible to dodge consistently. Oh, we're still en route. No problems. Ah, screw it. Just send it. Will Tarbo help you? See, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Tarbo can't hurt, but... Okay, don't do that attack. Don't! It's the one attack! That's unacceptable for you to do. That one I could have gotten away with, but I was mad. Whatever, drink up. We got a chance. Go ahead, rush me or whatever. Goofy son of a bitch. Get out of here. There's another one immediately. Okay. Alright. Alright. So we're gonna try... Look, I will admit, my resolve is fading slightly. I could resin summon. I would consider it. However, before we try that, I think at the very least, I need to look at blocked. That attack looks mostly physical to me. Look. All I would ask of you is to look away. If this offends you, please just look away. I apologize. Some things have got to be done. There is no way. Yeah, we still have one Saistis, for one. And then secondarily, this is way less resonance than using summons. Is it? It absolutely is. A shield is way less resin than summoning AI to beat the game for you. Look at that, too. Oh, look at that. What are you going to do? You can't hit what you can't see. Also, if you hold the shield with your fist, ergo, it's a fist weapon. Look at that. I'm not going to apply that logic to anything else, because you hold every weapon in this game with your fist, but... I agree, that's why I think guns are melee. Or like if you press a big red button to send a nuke, that's melee. Where you at, Stinky? I know you're coming. Shoot, coward. You're only gonna tilt a man. Why in the right hand? For lefty representation. I hear ya. Something in the air has changed. You smell that? Reindeer turds. It's a huge cloud of shit. Guys, you gotta get out of here. There's a huge shit cloud coming this way. Oh, you! Come on, come on. Alright, you staggered me. Almost lost you. Go ahead. I'll take you on. Headstrong. Forgot we're not supposed to talk about Trapped anymore, but every discussion I've ever had about Trapped is from a place of derision, not genuine respect. Oh, I almost got it back up. Alright. That's pretty bad. Run for it, Marty. It's a long way. Oh my god. I feel like if you, I mean, if you don't encounter two horses, I think this is totally fine. That was way better than when we tried it with just double stasis. We do have armor. We could armor up. I hate to throw away all of my principles on this run. That was an armor. And that armor is like pretty bad. I don't know, man. I feel like being able to live through more shots is useful, even if we have a fat roll. But let's give it a try. I don't care anymore. I just want something else. I hear you. Trust me, I hear you. I mean, the thing is, everybody's like, it's okay, you can just use a sword. Literally everybody that's ever complained about this part of the game has been using a sword. It's not like pulling a sword out is just gonna be like, oh, and now we win. You just put the sword in the enemy and they're dead. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, you know? We need to actually find our way through this mess. Somehow. I genuinely think, I don't think it's high percentage, but I think a shield and strong armor gives us a chance. If we, here's the flow chart. So we've dipped our toes in the sea of resin. The next thing would be to try to find a strength weapon. If we decide that this is not possible or practical, the next step, the final step, would be summoning. I would hate to summon or have to resort to summoning, but it would be better than not beating it. One horse. I ask you. Just one horse, please. One horse and an old man is okay with me. I believe I hear a second horse. Maybe not, maybe not. That's fine. That's not fine. All right, time to go. Is there... I'm trying to think. There's a ring configuration. I'm not gonna pop off on this, but everybody's like, why not just run? You're slower than the horses. And if you run and just try to get away from them, you have no way to defend yourself when they get to you. Is what it comes down to. So like, we've tried 25 runs where we've just sprinted. It's not like this is our... Like, we decided, hey, let's do things in the worst way possible. We're trying, you know, it's a no-size-fits-all solution here. We're in the experimentation phase. So I would tend to agree that the shield does not allow us to damage them fast enough. One Saestus is not good enough. We no longer need the Ring of Binding. Blades is poise, right? No. Which one damages enemy poise? We already have it. It's the stone ring. I mean, our own poise being higher is probably for the best, but... We don't really have... I was looking for something that maybe could allow us to be like, punk, 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 so they couldn't get us. Like, what I want to do is dodge an attack or chunk an attack, and then just press LB until they die. Man, those things could cut glass. Now, I'm hoping this makes us a little faster. Having no armor, except a hat. Where is the Chloranthy ring? And secondly, none of this Miyazaki makes stamina better. Give me the quantifiable data about the Chloranthy ring. How much does it improve our green regen rate? %? 15%? Those would move the needle for me a little bit, for sure. I would consider that. Like, I got options, or I got opinions, I guess is what I mean to say. Taking a detour right now seems sensible, because it's not like we're knocking on the door of the boss. Like, we're consistently, like, getting our ass beat. So I feel like getting... Let's go this way. I feel like... if we were knocking, I would be more likely to be like, nah, let's just keep trying. As we are not knocking, anything that changes our workflow is sensible, I think. No horses? Okay, let's go. I think this is right still. We're on the edge of Verdansk. Usually we end up fighting a couple of horses around here. It's a big detour to start with. But then you're closer to the boss fight at the end, I think. I see you. You did not catch me, and so I will run. And I will continue to run. I thought you already did your attack. Whoa! Come on, dude. But we're close. Focus. Focus. I honestly thought that was one of those boss rooms where you like fall into the room. It's not. There's a bridge. A bridge to get from high to low. A ramp. It's a level bridge. Okay, I mean, we were close. We were close. That was better. I mean, now I'm like, screw that. We're not getting a Chloranthy ring. We were in there. It's gonna take you 2 more hours. You're like super wrong. It's probably gonna take like 6 more hours. So I appreciate your optimism. I agree. If Thornforge had ever learned how to run, this would be less of a problem. Like, he's losing a lot of energy with his inefficient running stance. I will say he's making up for all the inefficiency with his incredible hamstring definition. I mean, like, you can see the striations on this man's hamstrings. He's in great shape. You're supposed to lean forward when you run? Somebody should tell Usain Bolt. Okay, here we go. That's pretty much par for the course. Alright, alright. We're still hanging. Follow the sun like the polyphonic spree. He's coming. You're okay. You're okay. What's your current stance? Oh. What's your current stance on playing Death Stranding? I want to, but realistically, when Dark Souls 2 is over, it'll probably take several Thursdays to just play whatever the hell I want, which I have not been able to do for some time. And then, before I even consider jumping into another long game as soon as possible. Because, honestly, Dark Souls 2 will change the way that I approach programming in my career from this point onwards. In the same way that The Witcher did. This experience has fundamentally changed me. No, it will not become Mahjong. Hello. I guess we'll have to fight you. One of the pillars of my streaming philosophy is that I never just want my stream to be like, well, this is what I would have been doing in my downtime, but instead we're just gonna hit go live instead. I oppose it with every fiber of my being. Watch parties, maybe, sure. That might be the exception. Clear the storm, please. Okay. We'll stick to this path. I've been thinking of talking to survivors while partying Survivor, but it's not in Canada yet. One day they will figure it out. I mean, I got lots of cool ideas for projects. Like, I would love to do, like, and I said this last week. I haven't taken any steps on it because, like, honestly, we're like wall-to-wall packed with both work and baby prep. But like a Jeopardy, like streamer Jeopardy once a week would be super cool. We got a ways to go before it could happen, but I think it could be a lot of fun for sure. Know that it is at least it's an idea that's percolating in the old dome piece. Would you allow viewers on? Absolutely not. Of course not. No, zero chance. Unless the viewer was independently famous. For example, if they had already competed, for example, on the show of Jeopardy. Or alternatively, they also run their own stream. I refuse to have anybody on my Twitch presence that has nothing to lose. It's too risky. And the other thing, because this, you asked it as a joke, I think, but it's actually sincere. Like, what do you think about, like, how would Sony feel about that? I think if I replaced the local files so that it didn't play the Jeopardy music, but instead played like Lonely Troutman, we might be okay. Sincerely, I know you're probably like, don't fight this horse, just run. I need to be able to see clearly, to see where the bridge is. You would have been right. You would have been correct. You would have been correct to just run. Is it in there? Is it there? It's like, I still don't know where it was, so. Buy life gems? With what souls? Just crunch some. Oh, I guess we'll just crunch some. I guess we'll just crunch some souls. Which one should I crunch first? My fading soul or my soul of a lost undead? Hey, wait a minute. We did just get the soul of the king, to be fair. I forgot we got that from a chest. Crunch the giant soul? Don't watch today. Don't call yourself a true fan unless you watch the 45 hours where we crunched all the souls last week. Hey, that's a good idea. Why doesn't he do this? Because we already did it, okay? We already did it. That was one of the things we tried in our 150-minute attempt to get to the boss door on the first pass here. Stop. You know what? Take me. Have you attempted turning the game off? Every week. Sometimes it doesn't like it, though. Even that part of the game's a little busted. Can we get an exclamation point storm in chat, please? The reason we do not stop waiting for the storm to end, or start waiting for the storm to end, is because we tried that for an hour and it didn't work. I think what it is like, this section is so difficult that when people beat it just by rolling the dice, they start to look for superstitions as to why they beat it. They're like, I was wearing my yellow shirt when I did it and it worked. And then they post it and people go pog, 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 and then no, you're doing a classic trick of the human brain. You were searching for order in a chaotic universe. Our brain is very good at assembling patterns when there are none. You have a phantom superstition. Whoever designed this, though, should be demoted. I say that with malice in my voice. They should not have control of any area design. They might be great at writing or programming or making textures or modeling or you know, fake lore. They should not be in charge of area design. Okay. Hello. Just sprint. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Just drink up real quick. Drink up. Okay, low green, low green. The tracking, dude. We're at the bridge! No fall damage, dude! The needle has been moved! The needle has been moved. Ah! You can make it down here? Oh, no. Okay. Alright. Lud, the king's pet. Don't lose it too soon. Quick sips. I did see the second one hanging out up there. I'm choosing not to think about it. I can fight two back to back. Two at the same time would irritate me. That hurts. I thought they would make like a ka-chunk sound a little earlier. What the heck is that? Ah, I forgot about that one. But the needle has been moved. The needle has been moved. We finally got back into the arena. Now the next thing I would say... Oh my god, we're almost halfway through the stream. Maybe now we could put on some armor again. Just try to like slowly work it back into our routine. We might, if this doesn't work well, we got to give it a big sample size. We could put it in before the fog wall, but... finally success. Time to change something. I don't consider dying to the boss success, but maybe you and I have different ideas of what it means to be successful. For me, being successful means doing what allows us to circumvent or overcome an entire challenge, not merely fail less bad than the average person. Follow the sun. It's turtle time. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, I think this will work. I think this is a good trajectory. What about in Trackmania? Trackmania, I do my best. There are the occasional days where I'm like, I could definitely do better. But I don't want to spend the hour it'll take to do better. But on most days, I don't finish the video until I'm at least pleased with my performance. There's a couple I've been a little disappointed in, but mostly I choose when to end it. I'm like, I could put another 120 minutes into this one, and it might allow us to get where we want to go, but that's just, I'm not at a point in my life where that's always possible. On the occasional day, maybe. Alright, now this is the first test. That's okay. So, that sucked pretty bad. Keep it moving. Did Mouth stop playing Trackmania? No, I think he's just actually been, like, pretty, under the weather for, like, maybe the last, like, 4 or 5 days. But I talked to him today. See, like, he's okay. He just doesn't feel great. Did you have to do that attack 10 times in a row? I'm willing to chalk that one up to just like, we got stuck in the grinder. That one, I'm willing to say we rolled a D8 and we didn't get 8. The RNG got us there. Summon the meat shield? It's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Maybe I'll just download a mod that allows me to have a rocket launcher, and when the horses come, I'll just blow them sky freaking high. Get that mod that allows you to have an M16 with an underbarrel white phosphorus grenade yeeter. That's a good one. Maybe I could just ask the horse politely to stop attacking me. Oh my god. We rolled. I tried to time it. I should have just spammed it. So I got a new vector. I think you do not hug the sun right at the start. I think what you do instead is you go slightly to the left, and then you break to the right. You try to break it to the right at some point, instead of just going all the way to the right off the bat. You're exactly right. If you're not having a good time right now, don't blame me. Blame Hollow Knight. By which I mean yourselves. Okay, wait for the storm. We're gonna go like here. And then we're gonna break slightly to this direction. We're gonna chunk through the snow. It's bad snow. It's not like a light cover of snow. It's the kind of snow where when you step, you don't step, you step and fall. It goes step, crunch, step, crunch. Don't blame Tenobris. They have a present next to their name, which means they're above criticism here. If the FBI made you play this, how long until you confessed? It's a trick question. An indeterminate length because I've committed no crimes. Next. Nice try, Copper. What's next? Everybody who's committed a crime say what? Sure. Sure. That's okay. Now we run. I think if we... oh, no. This is gonna be... It's gonna be tight. I believe the bridge is right there. One more. Once more into the breach. Laddies! Oh, I thought I was like, what's that on my monitor, dude? It was a little dot, and before I knew it, it was a big freaking, it was a big reindeer. Oh, not Gak. Thank you. Thank you. I think if we go very fast, we can keep our armor off and then put it on just before the fog wall. I think indeed that's right. So second row, 5 across, because we need to know it right away when we get down there. Okay, cover yourself with snow so they can't smell you. Should I watch today's stream or watch today's baseball games? My philosophy is that at any given moment, this stream's about to pog off. Maybe today's not the best day to get invested in baseball, considering they're probably going to cancel the whole season next week. And that's just my 2 cents. Okay. So we go here. I mean your baseball. You should watch this and then watch the baseball afterwards. But Wolf, watch it on Malf's perspective. I did say Wolf, which is a good name. My Red Sox are 1-4. What a coincidence! Canucks lost 1-4 last night. I'm not gonna say there was a little resin involved, because there wasn't. It was actually played very well, honestly. Can't really complain. The Jets just have our number. I'll tell you, I think that both the Canucks and Wild, even if they win their play-in round, they're not getting too much further. But I would not want to be Calgary right now. Let me tell you that much. The Jets are spicy. I have no idea who I would predict to win. Just cool, calm, collected. Thought I dodged. Hold on. That's a wall. The king in the north. Good dodge, good dodge. Oh, at least I saw him. That's all I'm gonna say. Ah! How is my friend Michael DiPietro doing? He didn't make the 3-man goalie roster to go with the Canucks to the play-in round. But he's 4th on the depth chart. He's not 4th because of his talent. He's 4th because of his age. Markstrom's going to be the guy we roll with. And then if something goes wrong, Thatcher Demko is a solid number 2. And then we have Louis Domingue, 3rd, which is only, break glass in case of emergencies. But he's very temporary. In all likelihood, Seattle in the expansion draft will end up getting a Canucks goaltender, or alternatively, we will dump a goaltender so we don't have to lose one in the expansion draft. At which point, Michael DiPietro will probably come up as the backup. I can't believe we live, dude. Oh, that was satisfying. Clunk. Sure, why not? You know what? We could try the standstill strategy again. Why don't we try them in combination? Why don't we try them in combination? Can't be any worse, really. Although I will say I have no idea where we are. If this... Okay, now I do. What's your dream draft from the Kraken to make them fun but not too competitive? I have no idea. I don't really care. I'm just excited that Vancouver's going to have a real rival. Like Calgary and Edmonton have a real rivalry, and then they both hate us. And we, like, hate them, but we, like, you know. We're kind of just piggybacking off of the Battle of Alberta. And then for our rivalry game, we played the Jets, which is like, you know, if you ask the average Canucks fan how they feel about the Jets, they're like, I mean, I don't love them, but I got, like, not that much bad blood. They just, you know, they got our number. So to have a real rival could be sick. Most teams in the NHL have your number? Not really. I mean, we were over 500 this year. We were in a genuine playoff spot heading into COVID. A couple of years ago, that wouldn't have even been a burn. That would have just been the truth. But, I mean, right now, we're doing pretty well. Or at least this year. The Canucks, they're a very likable team right now because they're not so good as to inspire fear. And then their young talent is very exciting. Everybody likes Patterson. Everybody likes Hughes. Markstrom's got a feel-good story. They're a team that's easy to like right now. Yeah, you guys are screwed, too, because Pedersen's growing his playoff beard. He's got a little goatee. Little peach fuzz coming in. It gives him extra power. The sports talk keeps the horses away. Who is your favorite Swedish Canuck player? Since the retirement of the Sedins? I mean, it's Pedersen for sure now. We're blessed to have a great Swedish history in Vancouver, without a doubt. Historically is definitely both Sedins. Okay, here we go. Now it's Pedersen for sure. But I mean, Edler's cool. I mean, I even like Louis Eriksson. He's very expensive for somebody who's not good at hockey anymore. But he seems like a nice guy. If you could just keep doing that attack, that would be beautiful. Thank God I got the Dolby 5.1 out, dude. What about Markstrom? Love Markstrom. Still highly underrated in the league. Like, maybe, I'll admit, I'm not a sports writer. I don't know if he was like Vezina caliber this year. But he does extremely well for the Canucks. No! Not today! Not today, okay? You've had your chance. So you have to do this to get to the boss every time? Yes. That's correct. Dude, I don't think we can put the armor on. I don't think we can put it on. Oh! Now we gotta heal real quick. I forgot about that one, but that's okay. Now we know. Now we know. Forgot about that one too. I forgot about that one too. That's okay. That's good damage. Oh, that's not. And the armor did not block as much as I thought it should. Bad sip. Bad sip. Okay, just focus. Just focus and stay in there. The delay. The stutter step. Quick sip. Okay, we're fighting. We're fighting now. I hear second growling. That is pain. Don't worry, I see the health bar. I think you gotta go though. I still think you gotta go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Quick sips. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think I have hit, I've kind of hit the point where I'm like, this is actually bad. I'm at like the part from that I think you should leave sketch where they go to the horse ranch, where the old guy is like, I think I want to go home now. I'm not having any fun. It's true insanity. I don't know. What's the temperature like on the thermostat, Kate?
Not that much different.
Really?
Well, it says like 26 something.
Well, what's the something though?
Well, 26 something. Like 26, I don't know, like 5.
Because it was 26.8 before the AC started working.
Is your room
Yeah. I believe that is correct. Yeah, we're having a real spat with our building about the AC. It's been broken since March, and the part, I mean, it still might be installed today. We got to figure it out, but they posted like a notice that was like, actually the AC is working fine, and then somebody scribbled on it #fake news, which is basically like the Canadian version of pulling out like a gun and threatening to shoot somebody. So the tensions are running very high over here. But they keep saying this dumb shit that it just drives me insane. They're like, the AC's working fine. It's just that people won't keep their blinds closed so the air gets hot. And I'm like, there's no air coming out. Hot or cold. So what do you mean that somebody's blinds being open, you know, 400 feet away from me is causing no air to come out? It's truly asinine. But anyway. Yes? No, I need to export the VOD to YouTube without it getting,
Put yourself in the coffin, I'll sing it for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Can I get you to give me some water, please?
Oh,
Thank you.
that was your true purpose. I sang the song and
You appreciate it. Thank you. No ice, please. So that's where we're at with respect to the AC. I mean, mostly, like, I think it was in May, Kate was like, you want to buy some fans? And in my head, I was like, not really. I'm sure the AC will be fixed soon. But then I was like, she's pregnant. Let's go get some fans. And that ended up being an incredibly good decision. That decision has very much helped my my comfort level over the course of this summer. Well, it's like, I don't know. Look, I deal with the AC issue enough. I've written some very strongly worded community board posts about this already, so we don't need to like get into it. But people that like try to diagnose it, I hate to cast to throw airs at my fellow neighbors, but I am like losing my mind. People will be like, my AC's broken, and then the next day they're like, actually it's cooler today. I think they fixed it. They did not fix it. Go outside. It was 29 yesterday, it's 23 today. Of course it's colder in your unit, and then the next day they're like, oh, it's hot again, I think it broke. And I'm like, it didn't break because it wasn't fixed. It's just always been broken, but like the same 5 or 6 people just keep making posts every day like it's colder today. Maybe did they fix it? And just clogging up the gears for everybody else that is like, we're gonna have to sue these dudes. I mean, stop clogging up the forum. We need these stories for when we go to court. Okay, hold on, I see my corpse. We're getting close. We're getting close. Oh yeah. I mean, we have like somebody coming to look at our actual individual HVAC stuff. This is where we're at is on Thursday streams, by the way. This is where entertainment comes. But when he comes, I'm gonna be like, Kate, you gotta answer the door. Cause like it seems like he's giving all these other people the run around a little bit. When you open the door and he sees that you've got a baby inside of you, he's gonna be like, oh snap, my old techniques are not gonna fly here. The stutter step. What's that? No! I'm so dumb. I was like, why is he waiting so long to use his, why is he waiting so long to use his, claw? What the heck are you supposed to do in this area? I mean, you're supposed to summon, basically. I think, you know, we're at 350. I think it's Summon City. But then we have to have the separation crystal for the boss. Do we have the separation crystal? It's on the... Oh, yeah, it's right there. It's the same model as Dark Souls 1. Yeah, this is an optional boss. So, like, all of the... All of this is just for bragging rights. But yes, as you're seeing from chat, no boss is truly optional. So maybe now we can actually wear our armor, and then at the fog wall use the black separation crystal. Hollow Knight comments really broke this man, huh? No, because that's not fair. It was really like Hollow Knight, Dark Souls 3 specifically. Trying to think, there's a lot. Flint Hook. Sekiro, Evangelion podcast. There's a lot of them. Honestly, the Subnautica, the community has earned this punishment for sure. But if you feel salty that I just said that, just remember, I'm taking the lashes right here with you. We're all in this together. This is like, you know, it's like boot camp. We're getting closer to one another as a result of going through a shared torture. Trauma bonding is horrible. Yeah, but it's a joke. This isn't trauma. It's a digital toy. It's that discourse has a place somewhere, I'm sure, but not here. Okay, so we stay right at this little gap right here. I think we're on a better vector for the bridges as well. I mean, this is pretty good. Ring of the Living? I can't decide, so I'll be your guide. I gotta be the one to take it over. And that was such an easier run. That was insane. Now I'm like, dude, let's go buy some life gems. And if we just buy some life gems, we got a chance. Yes. Send them both back, though. Get sent, son. Roar, by the way. Did Quill get Microsoft Flight Sim early? Don't talk to me about that traitor. The last tweet I saw before I went to bed I saw a tweet from Quill that was like, hey, in 30 minutes, a cool video's going live. And I was like, hey, in 30 minutes, I'm gonna check back and see what he posted. And when it was Microsoft Flight Sim, I was like, you son of a bitch. I didn't even know that was an option! We're still in here. Estes. Comes out in 3 weeks, right? It comes out mid-August. I would totally play it. August 18th, free on Game Pass. Oh, baby. Now we're talking. I got the HOTUS unused since we moved, ready to get busted out. That should have killed me. It's gonna be Banter City. Yeah, who needs Death Stranding? Here they come! You can sip real quick. 2 hits of the potion! It's got multiplayer too, so you can fly with your boys. Like, you're all in your own planes, or did they sit in the co-pilot seat while I do the real work? Their own planes? Yeah, but what if they haven't earned their license yet? That's okay. That's okay. We're getting there. That has Monday NLSS written all over it. For some reason, I see Josh as being like really able to get into Flight Sim. I mean, he was in the Air National Guard. I don't think they ever trusted him with any equipment worth more than a couple $100, but... I mean, the thing that's, you know, worth saying, in Flight Sim, if you just want to have like a routine flight, it's not actually hard. Like, takeoff requires like 5 minutes to learn. And landing requires like half an hour to learn. And everything else is just literally like, you just kind of like point at the destination where you want to go. The hardest part of learning X-Plane for me was learning how to use the in-flight computer to program the waypoints. And then if you ever get like a waypoint wrong, you got to start that shit over from zero. And then landing is touchy. Admittedly, landing is it's a little touchy. X-Plane was indeed where Lonely Troutman was born. Dude, Game Pass is pretty sick too. Like, I was gonna buy Grounded for $40. Head of Vengarl. Then it's just like on Game Pass. How about that? Everything published by Microsoft Game Studios is on Game Pass. Neon Abyss is on Game Pass? I didn't know that. How about that? Carrion is indeed. F1 2019. Yeah, but you're missing out on all the 2020 stuff, like the addition of Nicholas Latifi. Are you trying to tell me playing as Nicholas Latifi is not worth $60? I don't think so. What the heck? Excuse me! Thank you, Vengarl. Carrion was good, but I don't think it's $20 good. All I'll say about that, this is spicy, okay? Get ready for this. This will be the true test of how good this setup is. We can actually do it. We can put life gems on our quick bar while we run because of the aggro being drawn. That's nuts. The thing is, like, sometimes in my head, I find myself saying stuff like that too. I'm like, well, this is good, but is it really worth like 15 bucks? And then I realized that, like, because I learned about money in like the year 1997, $15, like, back then was a little bit of money. $15 now is like, I'm not gonna say it's not a significant amount of money, because depending on your situation, it definitely can be. But it's a lot less than it was in 1997. Like in 1997, I could see 3 movies for $15 at the theater. In 2020, I could have like a nice lunch. I'm not talking about like the cheapest lunch you can buy. I'm talking about a lunch where I would be, I didn't dispel them. Hey, just hold on. We're gonna dispel them. It's just gonna take a second. Abbas Fiva, you get out of here. What the heck? You summoned the other ones, dude. Deserved. But anyway, like, I'm not saying $15 is like a pittance now, but $15 is like, you know, in Canada, a Chipotle burrito is $10.50. That's all I'm saying. And that's pre-tax. You're the, okay, so that means the summons are over here. I feel like the bigger problem is not that it's like, you know, I mean, first off, Carrion is very good and very impressive by indie game standards. But I feel like the bigger problem for indie games is not that, like, they charge too much. It's that there's so many games as a service that are like AAA and you could spend, you know, literally thousands of hours in them. That it's less like, hey, is this game worth $15? And it's much more like, why would I pay $15 for anything when I could just play League of Legends for the next 10 years of my life? And then if I want it, I'll buy it on sale for like 75 cents. I guess. I mean, I would hazard to guess that I probably buy more indie games than maybe not everybody in chat put together, but at least like the average 100 people in chat put together. But even still, that's the only thing I have a problem with in the argument is not like this should be $10 instead of $15. Is more like, no matter what, even if you just force people, even if you released some indie games for free, people would be like, this is cool, but they would still have complaints because they could just play Warzone instead. It's tough out there. It's tough out there for indie games for sure. But I mean, there's been some disgustingly great ones this year. Like Monster Train is $30, something along those lines, and that you know, I'll admit even now when I go to the store page to like get screenshots for thumbnails, I'm like $30. Jeez Louise. Then I look at my playtime and I'm like, oh, like 96 hours. Go ahead, just hit me. I just need the fog to pass so that I can get to the bridge. Thank you. Yeah, Hollow Knight, it ruined it for everybody too, in multiple ways. The game is too good for $15. Once reviews came in, they should have doubled the price. Please allow me to send them all back. It's a great game. If ASMR VTubers can charge $20 for a reading, then indie game developers can charge $20 for their game. I mean, I agree 100%. I stan indie devs. I get annoyed by the argument of like, this isn't a $20 game, it's a $15 game. This isn't a $10 game, it's a $5 game. I'm more like, you know, I'm like, I get it. You just like to argue about video games. But I got stuff to do. Let me out, dude! I can't believe we didn't get hit there. I went away for a bit, he's still here, huh? Oh, hey, Johnny. I haven't seen you since you were 10 years old. You're still in school, huh? Yeah, Uncle John. I'm becoming a doctor. Oh, why do you couldn't finish school faster? Sometimes doing worthwhile things takes some time, okay? It's not like beating your meat. Sometimes you gotta invest some time to do something that's worth doing. By the way, speaking of beating your meat, have you guys heard of Bidooff's Law? I only found out about it today, but I've independently referenced it many times on stream without knowing about it. Bidooff's Law is when you see a bad take for somebody on social media, and then you examine their profile and realize that they're hopelessly addicted to jerking off to hentai, which I think I pronounced wrong, but that's part of the bit. I think Bidooff's Law is like, it's like the fourth law of robotics. The number of times somebody tweets some garbage and then I click on their shit and it's like blah blah blah, the Democrats are trying to get us killed, and then number two is like, I drew a cartoon lady with big titties bending over. La 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 la. It's literally like 95%. There's like a 95% coincidence rate. Not Mathis, no. He saves that for the private Discord. Hello, Summons, are you here? That is true, they are never the ones that draw it. They're never original tweets. They're always just RTs. Really tells you something, doesn't it? Does it? I don't know. I was just I'm just begging the question. Who are they retweeting it for, though? I mean, do we have to go down this road? Yes, we do. I've decreed it to be the case. I have the exact same question. I don't know. You know how, like, when your cat, when it takes a dump in the litter box, it goes insane for, like, 10 minutes and just runs around, meows, and, like, scratches the walls? I think that's what it's like when you retweet hentai. I think it's your cat going insane, but instead you're sending the signal, not that I pooped, but that I jerked off. You're going like, hey everybody, I jerked into this! This is certifiable jerk-offable material! Hey guys, I jerked it! Feel free to use that clip in your life. That's why I've been monitoring the miscellaneous channel of my Discord very closely to make sure that it doesn't turn... Because I really believe that an unsupervised Discord requires constant supervision to avoid it becoming not safe for work hentai sharing. Right? Like, it started with, like, people being like, I'm happy to be here. And now they're like, they're making memes. And I'm like, okay, but watch it. I know we're, like, 2 days away from somebody joining and being like, check out this large-breasted anime lady. And then we're gonna have to fucking... we have to get some new rules. Excuse me. Where's my head of Bengal? That's the Mahjong channel? Yeah, I'll be honest. And there's no disrespect, man, at all. I just marked that one as red. That's a channel where like every other channel on the Discord gets like a decent amount of activity. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. But then the Mahjong channel is like gets like 500 messages an hour. So I'm like, I'm not reading all this. I'm just assuming it's like, check it out, I pogged. Oh, I almost pogged. People love Mahjong. There's nothing wrong with it. Dude, I can't tell you how happy I am to be making progress here. So here's my strat, okay? We gotta beat this guy very well. When we summon phase 2, we gotta pick our shots, but I think we try to rush him down. And if that doesn't work, we can always rework that. Little late on that one. And then, like, if we have 4 Estus, I give us like a 95% chance of killing boss. So, I'm not mad. I'm having a great time. He animation canceled into an attack. He was like about to move, and then he was like, scoop. Anyway, we're making progress. We're making progress. You mixed me up. No, I don't like, I mean, I don't get mad at games too often anymore. It takes a lot. If anything, I get way more mad when people are like, you know, you should be mad at this. I'm like, yeah, you know. I really feel like a lot of my purpose as a streamer became clarified once I took the time to take a deep breath and realize that I'm playing with toys. Like, I'm basically just like glorified playing with action figures right now. And them being like, well, Mattel used the shitty plastic in the new He-Man toy. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Mattel doesn't respect their consumers. So I'm over it. It's more like... No, Warzone is not like they put cyanide in the plastic. That's... That's too much. No, this game... Oh, yeah, this game's poison. Okay, we're on the same page then. This is trash. No doubt about that. Please don't Karen me. I already have to deal with that every day. I think one of the and this I have never worked retail, and I mean I worked in Goodwill for like 6 weeks. That's the closest I've come to working in retail. So I did interface with other people, but my hunch and my perception and everything I've heard is that most of the time, not universally, but if you had to make a generational generalization, you would say millennials tend to be more easygoing and nicer to retail staff than boomers. So, there may not be a ton of cause for optimism right now for a lot of people, but at least in like 30 years, see ya! The average consumer might be a little nicer. Just in time for all retail stores to go out of business and the entire industry pivot to online sales. Skirt. No, I don't think millennials will necessarily age into Karen rhetoric. I do think people get more crusty and less easygoing as they age. But I'm not, and I say this all the time, I'm not like an anthropologist, right? So, or like a demographist or whatever. But I always think there's like a lot of personality traits that like flip-flop generations. Snip snap, Jan, snip snap. You know the toll 3 vasectomies take on a man? But, sociologist, that's probably a better word. Like, I think if you grew up being at restaurants trying to hide your eyes while your mom or dad mistreated wait staff, you are likely to grow up into an adult who will not do that. But then your kids will grow up watching you be like, well, I ordered a hamburger, but they gave me spaghetti. No, that's okay. I'm fine. And your kids are going to grow up and be like, fuck that. That shit's never happening to me. And they're going to be like, excuse me, I ordered extra garlic. Does this appear to be extra garlic? And then their kids are going to be like, this is uncomfortable. And they're going to grow up to not be unkind to the wait staff. It's a vicious cycle. It's like that Patton Oswalt joke. That's like, you know, his dad was like a U.S. military guy, and he grew up to be like a chubby Star Wars nerd. So he knows that his kids are gonna grow up to be like Navy SEALs that bully him. It's the circle of life. That's not to say that if your parents were kind to staff, you're going to be rude to them. Because my parents are... Have I experienced some boomer moments with my parents at establishments? Yes. But certainly I would say less than... At a lower than nuclear level of Karen energy, for sure. And I am very much one of those people at a restaurant where I'm like... Oh, no food for me, even though I ordered it? Okay, that's fine. You're probably having a hard day. Whatever, I'll just starve. It's just nice to be out. Actually, like, the most frustrating thing And it's not even like it's not necessarily boomer energy out of my dad, but he hates mayonnaise. Like, you would think he had an allergic to mayonnaise, or an allergy, I should say, to mayonnaise, but he's like, he just doesn't like it, right? And when I was a kid, it wasn't that bad, because we, you know, we're a meat and potatoes sort of family, but now that, you know, we're eating all sorts of worldly foods and stuff like that, it creates a lot of issues, because any sauce with any element of whiteness to it now is cast under the suspicious umbrella of mayonnaises. And admittedly, a lot of them are mayonnaise based. However, what it leads to is situations where, like, he'll look at a menu, and then, like, there'll be like 5 things on the menu, and there'll be like, you know, this one has a crema, this one has an aioli, this one has, like, admittedly just a straight up mayonnaise, and he has to ask like 7 clarifying questions to figure out whether or not it's mayonnaise. And then no matter what it is, if it's a white sauce, he just goes, just leave it off. And if it comes with it on, it like casts a pall over the whole meal. Like, we all gotta be like, it's okay, you can ask. And he'll be like, nah, I'll just try it. And then it's like, he eats it, and he's like, I don't like it. And then you're like, we can just, like... It makes things slightly uncomfortable. On occasion, at least. I love my dad. If I could change one thing about him, I would be like, don't be so weird about white sauces. But in the whole scheme of dad-related foibles, I think that means I got a good one. Oh, come on. Quick sips. Let the man eat what he wants. I mean, I'm not like, oh, Dad, just eat the mayonnaise, dumbass. I'm more like, you know, you're politely like, you're offering suggestions, because my mom's like, I'll eat anything. Like, she's very culinarily progressive by, like, you know, middle Canadian standards. But then we'll, like, go out to a restaurant that's, like, a little trendy, and they'll be like, well, the tacos come with a crema. And we're like, ah, shit, here we go again. My mom will be like, a crema is a crema. It's not mayonnaise, it's sour cream. And he's like, what's the difference? And I'm like, ah. But I will say, I don't really like mayonnaise. Did you grow up thinking you hated mayonnaise like I did because of my dad? Yes, but I also don't like mayonnaise. There is some, I'll eat it, and if something comes with mayonnaise, I'll never be like, send it back. I would just eat it and be like, oh, sandwich is weirdly tangy and really good. I wonder why they changed their recipe. The mayonnaise? No, that can't be it. But I definitely, I was like, I don't like mayonnaise because my dad doesn't like mayonnaise. But I'll tell you, if you Google tonkatsu dog, Jappa dog, you will get a picture of the Jappa dog order I often get. On that dish, I will actually scrape off a little bit of the mayo. And you know, I am not a picky eater, and scraping stuff off is like a sin to me. But there's just so much of it on this particular dish that I'm like, that's insane. No, it comes with mayonnaise and tonkatsu sauce. I know tonkatsu sauce is not mayonnaise. I mean, look at a picture of tonkatsu sauce, look at mayonnaise, and then remember that I'm a 31-year-old adult, and then I ask you how you thought I had them confused. One of them is like dark burgundy. The other one is as white as possible. Go look at it on Google Images before you call me a hypocrite. There's, in my opinion, too much mayo on that. Japanese mayo is good, or at least I prefer it, but it's like, it's too much. It is. They did bukkake it. I agree. Aioli? I'm very pro aioli. A tapenade? I like all spreads. I'm very spread driven. Apollo, can you bless me on this run? I could use some support here. I am at least thankful that we can reliably get back to the boss. At least that represents some progress here. What is your least favorite exotic food you've tried? Well, konyaku I think is truly heinous. Devil's tongue jelly, aka konyaku, aka shirakuku, or whatever it's called, shiraku maybe? I hate it. I think it's horrendous. Trying to think of other exotic foods I've had but don't like. There's gotta be some. Hamburger? Yeah, burger. I don't really like burger. Natto? I'll admit, for all of my snobbery about food, natto's one of those things where I think, like, if natto was served to me, I would eat it. But whenever I see it on a menu, I'm like, I will not willingly order it. Did anyone else just hear Malf's soundboard go, ooh? That's the sound he makes when he hits one of his little mini dabs. That was so weird. Yeah, what? I don't understand why Malf has a thwomp emote. Like, I know he played a little Mario Maker, and I played a little God of War. But, like, I've never thought... Like, oh, you know what Malf reminds me of? A thwomp. I mean, I just don't get it. Fire Lemons made it, and he liked it. Well, you know, I suppose that's as good a reason as any. You can't criticize others' emotes until you fix yours. I was gonna fix them when I hit that new subscriber milestone, but we didn't hit the new subscriber milestone. We got like 99.2% of the way there. Then I started to play Dark Souls 2 and all my numbers decayed across the board. Sapped all the momentum out of my freaking career. And then I'm living in a van down by the river. Oh, this is... what the... No college for Luna. We'll worry about that when it comes to pass. Did you know in Canada, and I guess this is, I mean, I will admit that Canada always occupies like a weird space where like Americans, when they hear about Canada, are like, that sounds like the promised land. And then Europeans, when they hear about it, are like, well, you have to pay for things? But anyway, in Canada, you can start a registered education savings plan. So you have an upper maximum of like, I don't know, a few $1,000s a year you can put away for your child's education. But the government will match 20% of it. When I was talking with our bank guy. And I was like, why wouldn't I just put the money in like a savings account or in like an ETF or something? And he's like, well, up to 10 grand, the government will match it. And I was like, what? And then in my head, I was like, what if we set one up and she doesn't go to college? And they're like, you got to pay back the 10 grand. And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. They thought about everything. That's completely fair. Don't get me wrong. Hey, where's my summons, dude? Can you imagine that this was what it was always like before we summoned? Those were the days, dude. Fair enough. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not gonna worry about it too much until like 2038, but my perspective on school is thusly. Until the age of 18, try hard. If you decide at 18 you're like, I've hated school the whole time, you know, do whatever you want. I am anti-school. We should learn everything on our own. Yeah, but like... between the ages of like 5 and 18, I would also like to get some work done. So if there was like a big building that she could go to and like learn like some relevant skills and some information about the world around her, that would be very helpful. Take her to the library. Just leave a 5-year-old in the library for 12 years. See how they do. I think they would become a very good storyteller. I imagine their algebra would leave something to be desired. Math books, though? Yeah, but no kid is willfully gonna be like, don't get me wrong. They might be like, adding is fun, subtracting is fun, multiplying is fun, dividing, When they get to like, you know, the quadratic equation, they're gonna be like, nah, I'm just gonna read Harry Potter. I'm a school believer. I think you need the guillotine hanging over your head to force you to learn useful things that are not easy to learn sometimes. But I will also acquiesce that, you know, different strokes for different folks is valid to some extent. But that was me in programming class. I learned a lot of shit in programming class that I hated. But if I went into the industry, it would be really useful to learn. But I never would have learned it if I was doing, like, free code camp. I would have been like, are you kidding me? I'm not learning this shit right here. I just want to... let me make a picture with a red background instead. Pretty sure the bridge is, like, right here. Oh, that's not what I expected to see. It's right here. Okay. Okay. Oh, I agree. Every student should be forced to take a media literacy class. I agree with that 100%. Probably every adult as well, for that matter. But I kind of think like the tide is changing a little bit. I won't speak for anybody else, but at least my experience in education was definitely like, hey, if you're smart, you should definitely go to college. And if you're not book smart, then you could start to look into like these blue collar jobs. And imagine there's like a lot of people out there that were like really book smart, got a college degree, and are making not that much money. That are like, what the heck? If I just became an electrician, I'd be making like an extra 30% right now, and I might even like be making my own hours and like building my own business. Instead, I'm balancing spreadsheets at like Globacore. So I think the culture is changing around that, at least over time. What are you doing? You're just summoning? It doesn't scare me. It's alright. 5 Estus? It's a race! It's a race! I wanna recount on that one! And we're losing. Skirt. I cannot wait for this shit to be over. I'm like, hold on. If I wanted to get a sword, what are the steps I would need to do to get a sword? Because I need souls from something. You can make a big sword with the king's soul? No, I can't, because the king's soul was used to make life gems. I'm not asking for, like, cool weapons. This is not what's the best restaurant in the city. This is what is a solid weapon with a low soul requirement that would do more damage than our Sacelesses. Well, 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 if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Like, for most of this game, the Saceless stuff has been just kind of like funny friction. This is not the optimal weapon. Why doesn't he just use a big hammer? Now, this is like actually just shitty. This is just not. Like, the only like, I'm doing the heavy lifting for the game here. I'm not afraid to say it. Maybe we'll take the summons in with us. It wouldn't even be that bad. Like, I know we've been down this road 100 times. But, like, if they just put a bonfire next to the fog wall. Like, if they made you go through this once. And then when you made it to the end, there was a bonfire. That would be fine. Making you run through the blizzard swamp for 4 minutes every time you die is just... It's just mean. Thanks, Vengar. I appreciate it. Chad has given you carte blanche. Let's go, boys. You just want to play Sekiro? It would be fun to start Sekiro before Dan did. That would be comical. But I definitely don't want to play another Souls game until maybe like the 2030s. Yeah, the stream isn't about fun or entertainment or pog anymore. The stream is about sending a message. Come on, boys. Coming in first, Abyss Fever. Second place, Manhunter O'Hara. Bringing up the rear, Head of Vengarl. Head of Vengarl. Any day now, Head of Vengarl. You can do it. Here he comes. Just squint and you'll see him. Oh no. Let's go, girls. She's a double fist build too, yo! Let's go! Oh no! Solidarity! Where are you going? Oh, jeez. I take issue. What the heck is even that? Just get in there. I just need me and Fever. Fever! You set my souls on fire. Fever! Hey, you. Y'all, why don't you pick on somebody your own size? Like Lud. Yeah, face me. Face me, Lud. You might have saved my life without even realizing it. Straight to the perineum. This is still just an absolute mess. Ooh. Would you rather do this boss or Seath and Priscilla? I mean, to be honest with you, this is the first time legitimately I think I feel like saying Seath and Priscilla is not insane. But even like this boss, I don't think is that bad. It's pretty bad. The Seath and Priscilla is just a complete cluster. But the run-up changes everything. Yeah, we spent 6 hours in Glaucoma Simulator. Just free me. Allow me to make some progress. Look, I'm borderline a stone. But even I have my limits. We're close here. I mean, it's gonna win. And it's gonna feel hollow. And I'm completely okay with that, because at least I'll feel something. Hoggers, who cares? Excuse me, you appear to be glowing. You seem to be doing a pretty good job. Uh-oh. Just be cool. Just be cool. They might not come for me. Yeah. It's healing. Hey, could you guys work on your damage output for a second? Gonna need you guys to tighten up the damage on level 3, please. He stopped healing! Let's go. Not today. Today the hitboxes are my friend. I'll see you again. If that doesn't just sum it up, like... After all that, they tried to break my weapon on the final boss. Get out of here. See you never. Get bent. We're free. The DLC is done. Whether you give me I was here or resin, I do not care. A man's got to know his limitations. I did. Kate said, "Are you winning, son?" You're gonna play the confidence song on your violin?
Yeah, I printed out the music.
She printed out the sheet music. Yo, Sir Smith, thank you for the gifted tier 2s. All right, Kate, by all means. I mean, you can play it for a long time because I'm also going to. I'll go fight the ancient dragon now. Hey, we got a whole level out of that. Oh. I forgot about him. A Digital C, thank you as well. I apologize for my muted demeanor. Resorting to resin. It's been a long time. I gotta be honest, it feels good. Alright, Chad, can you give me the bonfire for the ancient dragon?